们用高涨的热情再次欢迎张凌赫，好不好？让他感受一下大家的热情。
Hello， 谢谢。
感受到我们阿维塔朋友们的热情了吗？
当然，我已经感受到大家扑面而来的热情了，尤其是跟着咱们Linghe要出来，让我觉得整个地方、整个现场的氛围都是非常火热的。
今天很多朋友们都很好奇一个问题，
是
啊，我先来问吧。凌赫和阿维塔之间的这场双向的奔赴，这场美好的奔赴，到底是缘起何方，是怎么开始的？先问辉总。
好，这个实际上我们在7月15号预售之后，很多朋友都发信息问我，为什么我们和凌赫会合作？因为我觉得我们双方在很多理念上都非常契合。一个人的好不是停留在外表的，而是有深度、有温度、有广度。凌赫，我相信大家都很清楚，给大家带来的就是清醒稳定的内心，温柔自持的风格，绝不随波逐流。
哎呦，谢谢，过奖了。
而阿维塔也是这样，我们一直保持着自己的风格，我们在喧嚣之中坚守本心，我们用实力诠释独一份的出行态度。
看到辉总看到凌赫比看到07L 还兴奋呢。
对。
那从凌赫的角度呢？从你角度说一说。
哎呦，其实对我来说，我跟阿维塔的渊源要源于2年前了。对，那一次好像是我在路上碰到一辆咱们的阿维塔，我当时就非常惊讶，我说这车怎么会这么好看？一了解下来，我才发现原来这是咱们中国自己的品牌。当时我就很震惊，我说现在咱们自己国家的品牌能够把车型设计得这么好了，而且开在路上感觉到根本就是那种怎么说呢？赶紧让它停下来，我想上去开一下。对，迫不及待的想去尝试一下这辆车。所以说在这种机缘巧合下，我认识到了阿维塔，然后非常巧的，在今年我也非常荣幸可以变成阿维塔的代言人，和阿维塔一起走下去的路。
谢谢凌赫，刚才他的这个分享真正的是说到我心坎里面了，因为这也是我们一直坚持的东西，所以凌赫的审美眼光确实很独到。阿维塔一直在坚持做属于中国的原创设计，
没错，
不仅仅是刚才凌赫说的12，包括我们今天的07L，我们的全系车型都在坚持独树一帜的原创设计和原创表达。
我刚才以为凌赫说，几年前在路上。
There was something different about seeing Zhang Linghe perform in Avita 07L. For fans who followed the live broadcast, attention was drawn not only to the car being introduced, but also to the way Zhang Linghe told his personal experience after using the vehicle for almost a month. As a fan, I think the most exciting part of this event was that Zhang Linghe didn't just speak as a brand ambassador. He looks like someone who has tried and used the product in his daily life. Even from the beginning, he revealed that his interest in Avita actually appeared long before he became part of the brand. Zhang Linghe recounted that about 2 years earlier he had seen an Avita car on the road. At that time, he was immediately interested in the design of the car and was surprised how a Chinese car brand could present a vehicle with a design that he thought was so interesting. For fans, the story made Zhang Linghe's relationship with Avita feel more natural. He didn't like the brand immediately after being appointed ambassador. Interest in it has arisen since the first time I saw the car on the road. After finally getting the opportunity to become Avita's global brand ambassador, the journey that was previously only an interest then developed into a direct experience as a user. What is even more interesting, in the event it was mentioned that Zhang Linghe had been using the Avita 07L for almost a month. Therefore, when talking about the car, he can give an assessment based on his own experience. One of the things that immediately caught his attention was when Zhang Linghe was asked about the part of 07L that he liked the most. Instead of just mentioning one feature, he actually said that he liked the car from various sides. He liked the front, body design lines, to the electronic rearview mirrors, which became one of the unique details of the vehicle. Zhang Linghe even recalled the experience when he first got into the car and searched for the presence of his rearview mirror because the design was different from the car he was used to. According to Zhang Linghe, the electronic rearview mirror also provides an advantage when driving at night or in dark places. For him, the rear view can still be seen clearly so as to provide a different experience. As a fan, this part feels interesting because Zhang Linghe sounds like he is telling a real experience, not just repeating a promotional sentence. He notices small details that probably would not have been discussed if one had only looked at the car from the outside. When asked to determine the coolest angle of the Avita 07L, Zhang Linghe initially found it difficult to choose. He even mentioned that the car looks good from various angles. But finally he chose an angle of about 45 degrees because he thought the display made the 07L look very strong and had a solid impression. Not only design, driving experience is also an important discussion in the event. Zhang Linghe said that he paid enough attention to how a car provides a different experience in each position and driving mode. According to him, Avita 07L is able to bring a combination of sporty sensations and comfort. When used for driving in a sporty style, the car does not make it feel that the suspension is too hard. While when used in a more comfortable mode, the vehicle retains dynamic sensations. From the fan's point of view, this section shows that Zhang Linghe turned out to be quite detailed when talking about something he did use. He does not stop at simple sentences like his car is good or comfortable, but tries to explain the sensations he feels while driving. Another thing that made this event feel more personal was when Zhang Linghe unpacked the contents of his car. Because he admitted that he likes to drive and do outdoor activities, his car was filled with various equipment related to outdoor activities. He said that the various equipment he usually kept in the trunk. The moment felt quite entertaining because fans could finally see a little picture of Zhang Linghe's habits when traveling. The car he uses is not just a vehicle to move, but also a place to store various items that support his hobby. He even showed how spacious the 07L trunk is when various equipment is put into it. The 5-seater configuration of the 07L can accommodate up to 11 20-inch suitcases. For Zhang Linghe, this capacity makes the car quite practical to use when traveling with family. However, the most exciting part for fans was probably when Zhang Linghe himself tried out the back seat room. With its height of around 1.9 meters, it can be a kind of test run to see if the rear space of the vehicle is really spacious. After sitting in the back seat, Zhang Linghe looked quite satisfied with the available legroom. He says that the sitting position is comfortable and gives the sensation like his body feels more protected. He even described the comfort of the chair as sitting in a massage chair. What made it even more interesting was Zhang Linghe's story about his habits when getting in and out of the car. He revealed that in a vehicle with a narrow space, he sometimes easily hit his head. But according to him, the experience did not occur when entering and exiting 07L. The available space feels more in line with his posture. As fans, hearing stories like this feels more fun because we get to see Zhang Linghe's very everyday side. Usually fans only see her perform at shows, photo shoots, or plays. This time, he actually talked about the items he kept in the car, a comfortable sitting position, to his habits when traveling. Interestingly, Zhang Linghe turned out to have come to the event with quite serious preparations. As a global brand ambassador, she claims to have done her homework before the event. He then asked Avita some technical questions about the technology used in the 07L. The question is not just a general question. He touched on the power distribution system, vehicle stability, technological capabilities in dealing with various road conditions, to how different driving modes can provide a different experience. The moment made the Avita party even joke that Zhang Linghe had done research very seriously. For the fans, it was a very proud moment. Zhang Linghe looks did not come just to stand on stage and read promotional materials. He seemed to be trying to understand the product he was bringing to the public. After these various technical discussions, the event then went into a much more personal part. Zhang Linghe was asked to summarize his experience of using Avita 07L for almost a month in a few simple words. The answer that came later felt like a summary of the entire conversation throughout the event. He describes the 07L as a vehicle that has an attractive design, comfortable, easy to use, stable, safe, and able to be a friend on the go. The word friend or companionship becomes one of the most powerful ideas in the passage. For Zhang Linghe, a car should not only be a means of transportation. There is an emotional side, which, in his opinion, is also important. A vehicle can be part of a person's life journey, accompanying a person when going to work, returning home, taking a long trip, or simply looking for time to rest. The thought then becomes clearer when the conversation turns to everyday life. Zhang Linghe said that life today feels increasingly fast-paced and stressful. In the midst of busy work, a person sometimes needs time to pause, slow down the pace, and enjoy what is around. According to him, travel is not just about achieving a goal. It is precisely the process during the trip that has its own meaning. The wind, the sunlight, the scenery along the way, to the feeling of holding the steering wheel are all part of the experience. As a fan, I feel this part to be one of the most interesting sides of Zhang Linghe's performance on the Avita show. The talk that initially looked like a car promotion slowly turned into something more personal. Zhang Linghe not only talked about specifications and comfort, but also about how one should enjoy the ride and give oneself time to breathe in the midst of the rush. There was one more light moment that made the atmosphere of the event even warmer, which was when Avita introduced a small character named Toko. Toko is an electronic character designed as a kind of little friend for vehicle users. The concept was created to provide emotional value and a sense of company during the trip. Zhang Linghe himself seemed to like the concept. He even imagined how after a grueling job, he could get into the car and have a little friend accompany him. For fans, moments like this certainly feel very adorable. Behind his image as an actor with a tall and elegant appearance, Zhang Linghe in the event actually showed a more modest side. He talks about his hobbies, things to bring when traveling, comfort when sitting, to how he enjoys traveling. In the end, the Avita 07L event not only showed Zhang Linghe as the face of a brand. From the fans' point of view, this appearance actually gives a closer picture of Zhang Linghe's figure when talking about something he uses in his daily life. He looks very enthusiastic when talking about design, quite serious when discussing technology, and much more personal when talking about the meaning of travel. For fans who watched the live, perhaps it was precisely this last part that made the most impression. Zhang Linghe seemed to want to show that travel doesn't always have to be about how fast one gets to one's destination. Sometimes, it's more important to enjoy the journey itself. Enjoy the breeze from the window, see the scenery, feel the sunshine, and have someone or something accompany the trip. And perhaps that's why, when Zhang Linghe refers to the Avita 07L as a vehicle capable of being a travel companion, the phrase feels much more personal than just a promotional slogan. As a fan, seeing Zhang Linghe talk in such detail about the car he had been using for almost a month made this event feel different. Not only because he was featured as a global brand ambassador, but because fans get a chance to see a little bit of his daily life. A Zhang Linghe who loves to drive, loves outdoor activities, pays attention to details, and apparently also has a fairly simple way of looking at life's journey. In the end, the Avita 07L in Zhang Linghe's story is not just about a car. It becomes part of the story of how a person goes on a journey, finds time to rest, and enjoys every moment before finally arriving at the destination.